Matching hundreds. It's the coach. This is the NFL on EA.
Named for the legendary coach and co-founder of the Bengals, there's a good look at Paul Brown Stadium on the riverfront in Cincinnati. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Andy Dalton set to lead out this Bengals offense at the controls for the 9th year. The man out of TCU. First and 10 for Dalton. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
Well, the Bengals struggled in 2018. Running back Joe Mixon certainly did not. Over 1,100 yards running the ball, caught 43 passes. Expect both of those numbers to continue to climb in his years in the NFL.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Now Landry. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 13 carries, 104 yards.
They've got a nice scheme going right now, and they run the football pretty well. In fact, I was talking with him on the field before the game, and he said he's starting to hear from the guys ahead of him on the rushing yardage total, and they want to know if he's going to jump up there and join them at the top of the list.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Mayfield on first down. It's caught by OBJ. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's good for 28 yards. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Josh Gordon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. Dalton, 1st and 10. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
26
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Let's go.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 16. Now Chubb running right. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Check 52's the mic. Check 52's the mic. How you get ahead?
They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Browns score.
Touchdown.
Nick Chubb. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Bengal offense on their way out as we look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. The first down throw coming for Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. And Eifert has it. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 38-yard line.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Well, he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Dalton now to pass. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
But to me, it's pretty simple, and it's fairly obvious, isn't it? He's got to start making better decisions with the ball.
That's now 2 interceptions in the first quarter. After interception number 1, there was a long talk on the sideline, and now he's made another mistake.
Yeah, he's just been kind of laying these passes out there. He's kind of been floating them a little bit. He's got to be more decisive in his reads and definitely more decisive in throwing the ball. Rifle it in there every now and then.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And it's caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you
don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Dalton. Got his man, it's Eifert. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And you can see it's no race for the top spot. That's been decided. These guys will hope to get through Week 17 in one piece before they host a division round game in 2 weeks' time.
And I think that what they'll do is they'll be very selective about who plays in this game, all right? There's certain guys that maybe are starters, but maybe haven't played as much as other guys during the year. Maybe they still need their timing back. Other guys, you're going to put in bubble wrap and put them on the sidelines and tell them, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to fourth down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. 13 games going on here this final Sunday of 2019, the final Sunday of the regular season. 3 more games still to come following us. Raiders, Broncos, Cards, Rams, and Niners, Seahawks. And then we'll know the 12 teams who will continue on into the playoffs starting next Saturday here on EA Sports. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Well, look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Running out of the gun with Dixon. Clinton Dix, the former Packer, in on the tackle. From the 40 now on second down. Mayfield, he's going to fire one deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
26, Mike.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Flushed out right. It's caught. Beckham. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 45-yard line. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Now they go screen. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 14. Baker Mayfield, in all likelihood, is going to be seeing a lot of these Cincinnati Bengals in the coming years, twice this season. And he got off to a great start last year as a rookie against Cincinnati. 7 touchdown passes, no interceptions, and 2 wins. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Rashard Higgins, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dalton, and the catch good. It's Eifert. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd down from the gun. Dalton caught. Eifert over the middle. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. So, well, who needs a halftime? Am I right? Let's resume play. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Chubb. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. A first down throw for Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They run it again with Chubb. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
First down, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now.
And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Kenneth Dixon. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Seibert up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's Kenneth Dixon who caps it off with a touchdown scamper. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. This will be caught by Brown. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Mixon, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Joe Mixon, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. On the delay, it's Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Passing, it's Dalton.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and
and he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone...
Now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. Touchdown number 22 on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
On 2nd and 9, Dalton. He finds his running back, Mixon, powering his way forward. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 36 yards on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. I call it no gain there on the first down play. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. To throw on 3rd down, Dalton. That's complete. Bernard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. And he didn't get it there. No, it's no good. Just shy of the crossbar. And this score will stay right where it is.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
The Browns drive about to get started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On 3rd down, Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now it's Dixon. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
7 yards there and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now Chubb. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they're going to have a 3rd down. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 23 here on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. This is going the other way. Accelerating, and off he goes. The 40, the 20, 10, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Well, let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spend all this time on it with the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
To throw here, Dalton. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Throwing, Dalton firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down. Dalton, 1st and 10. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This will be Dalton again. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Dalton. They're caught by Jerron Brown. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to the guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Dalton gives to Bernard. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive. And here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. And again, it's Chubb. And an alley to run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on first down. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Andy Dalton. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 18 yards on that one, and the Bengals are moving. First down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Dalton now to pass. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. Dalton going to break the huddle, come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. And it'll be Dalton again. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Browns,